So welcome to my class, and in this I'm continuing on with unit 5. We finished demand, and in this I'm going to talk about elasticity of demand. So what is elasticity? Which means it can be stretched. How far can you stretch demand due to, say, change in price? How much pressure does the price put on demand for it to change, for it to stretch? That is what we are going to do, and that is elasticity. Sometimes it doesn't, the price doesn't affect demand at all, so there's no elasticity. But if it does in varying degrees, then you find that there is elasticity of demand. So we do know the relationship, the inverse relation, that is rise in price will bring about a fall in demand, a contraction in demand. But this here we answer, it doesn't answer the question as to how much. How much does the demand change due to a given change in price? This is what we are going to study in elasticity of demand. So it is a degree of responsiveness of demand to a given change in price. It can be also due to given change in income, and also due to, say, other goods. So that's cross elasticity. One is income elasticity. So all of that we will be doing. And in your syllabus, we just have price elasticity of demand. So that's what we are going to do. Okay, so here we go. Elasticity of demand. So what is elasticity? Elasticity refers to the degree of response. That means the response of demand to a given change in price. So the demand responds to three things. One is price, the other is income, and also related goods. Now let's just take the first type, price elasticity of demand. If it changes due to price, it is known as price elasticity of demand. So when the change in quantity demanded is measured with respect to change in own price of the commodity, it is called price elasticity of demand. So second, as we said, income elasticity of demand. So when the change in quantity demanded is measured with respect to income of the buyers, it is called income elasticity of demand. And then there's something known as, if you're doing goods that are related, then we call it cross elasticity of demand. That is, when the change in quantity demanded of one commodity is measured with respect to change in the price of the other commodity. Okay, so demand and price of demand of one commodity and price of the other commodity. So that is known as cross elasticity of demand. So in the syllabus that we have for 11, we will only focus on price elasticity of demand. So that is there. So the degree means the rate of change. So that means, for example, now look at this. Let's go through this. So for example now, so by degree we mean a rate of change. Suppose price elasticity of a good is -2. Now what does minus sign refer to? Yes, you've already done it. It is the inverse relation between price and demand. It means that if the price of a good changes by 1%, the demand for the good changes by 2%. So that is there. Okay, suppose if you say price elasticity is -3, it means that 1% fall in price leads to 3% rise in demand, or 1% rise in price leads to 3% fall in demand. So rise and fall, what do they mean? They convey change. So that is what we are going to do. Now here we're going to talk about the actual values and absolute values. Both are there, very helpful in understanding elasticity of demand. But for example, yeah, that's something to note. Okay, now for example, suppose the elasticity, price elasticity of good X and good Y are -2 and -3 respectively. So these are the actual values. But when you compare the two, -3 is taken to be greater than -2 because we have taken absolute values. That means -3 and -2 are in modulus. They are modulus, that means the minus sign is not considered and they become absolute values. And because of that, good Y is more elastic because a 1% change in price brings a 3% change in demand for Y, while only 2% change in demand for X. So if you read that, if you understand that. So based on that, we're going to do the methods of measuring elasticity of demand. So what are the methods of measuring elasticity of demand? So these are the methods. So the methods are like, one is the price elasticity of demand, the percentage method as it is known as. Then you have what is known as a geometric method, and we have what is known as the expenditure method. But for us, we are going to do only the percentage method. So what is the price elasticity of demand again? It is a degree of change in demand in response to a change in the own price of a commodity. So the percentage change method is the most commonly used method of measuring price elasticity of demand. According to this method, elasticity of demand, say for commodity X, is measured as the ratio between percentage change in quantity demanded of commodity X and percentage change in the price of commodity X. So given here are the formulas how you derive it. It is elasticity of demand is percentage change in quantity demanded of X upon percentage change in price. So that can also be written as percentage, can also be written as change in demand upon initial demand into 100 divided by change in price divided by initial price into 100. Now symbolically, we can write it as Q1. Q1 is the new demand minus Q. Q is the initial demand upon initial demand, that is Q, divided by what is P1? New price minus P, that is initial price, divided by initial price. So what do we get is equal to minus change in Q upon Q upon divided by change in P divided by P. So we get the formula ED is equal to minus change in Q upon Q divided by change in P upon P. And if you write it in, we can also write this as minus change in Q upon Q into P upon change in P. And finally, we can write ED is equal to change in Q upon change in P into P by Q. So this is the formula, and for this, if you just write this, you get 1 mark for remembering the formula. So just be careful about whenever you get a formula, whenever you get something, you should know if how to, this is the formula that you're going to use. And again here, ED is price elasticity of demand, Q is the initial demand, Q1 is the new demand, P is the initial demand, P1 is the new price, P is the initial price and P1 is the new price. Change in Q is change in demand, change in P is, a triangle P is change in price, triangle Q is change in demand. So this is how we're going to do it. And in the next class, I'm going to take up a few numericals based on this. Some very simple numericals we'll be doing.